Good morning. So I just got off the phone with a very good friend of mine, and was thinking about our conversation, and something that stood out led me to want to record my thoughts, which are, I remember saying in the conversation that I know. So context. Oh, and good morning, good day. This is Marcella, Cella Single in the City. My name is Marcella, but the name of this channel is Cella Single in the City, Confessions of a Coiffure. And I am here to confess that I don't look like what I've been through. And we were discussing, this friend and I don't look like it, I don't smell like it, I don't act like it, I don't behave like it, I don't sound like it. We were discussing, this friend and I have tattoos, and one of the tattoos that I'm getting covered up, I have one here. I put my hand here because there's two names, both which are my ex-husband. This one that I have already gotten covered up he's retired, he's a veteran. Not retired, he's a veteran. His military nickname is where I was going with that. And on my back is his actual name. And we were discussing me having this consultation I got coming up to get the back one covered up. And in the conversation, we were talking about tattoos and having tattoos and placement and your motivation for getting them and being sure of how you express yourself. And so that's how I got into telling this person that I know I don't look like it. I know I don't sound like it. I know I don't seem like it because I've done the work. The only reason why I don't come off as a broken shell of a person is because I've done the work. But make no mistake, I have cried many a nights. I have wept. I have mourned. I have begged. I was depressed. I was angry. And for a long time, I became a shell of myself. I was broken then. Yeah, because I got the bruises and the scars that I had. The bruises have healed. The scars remain. But they are not fresh. They have built tissue around them at this point, if you will, because I've done the work. And that in of itself, I just had to record, because hearing myself say that, I feel like somebody needs to know that healing has stages. And when you first begin your healing journey, you might be depressed, but that don't mean you ain't healing. You might be angry. Don't crash out like I did, because I was angry, violent angry. It was built up, the emotional. So more context, we're going to start getting into the meat and the bones of why I created this channel. The ex is, like I said, is a veteran. He's a Desert Storm veteran, and he doesn't do the work as in talking to someone, getting his thoughts off of his chest, but he'll go to the doctor and take the medicine. And not all of them, just the ones that help his mental. But he drinks whatever he doesn't let out verbally. He drinks to cope with that. And I think I've mentioned this in a previous video that I'm not a medical professional, so I can in no way diagnose him. But having lived 28 years with him, I think I would be a good witness to say that he has definitely a drinking problem, because he doesn't recognize that he's using it to cope with what he doesn't speak about, with why he takes the medicine. And you're not supposed to be drinking when you take those medicines. So he would spew vitriol when he would be in his prime moments. I was emotionally and verbally abused. And when we started experiencing, so nothing actually happened. So I think somebody asked me, well, what happened? There was no one thing. There was no one thing that broke us. It was like the Titanic. We had this big hope and dream of a ship, but steady sailing it across jagged rocks that was steady poking holes in that mud the whole time, because we survived so he used to work for MCI and Bernie Madoff. One of them was greedy motherfucker CEO bosses, made the company WorldCom, MCI WorldCom. He got laid off. So we survived laid off, financial hardships. I was laid off. We have survived infidelity, and stayed together. Was it easy? No. And for the most part, I feel like I was carrying the emotional weight of the relationship, because when I met him, he was a drinker. Military men have that stereotype in general to be drinkers and cusses, and he definitely fits the role. And so it only got worse because, when you have children and the person you with, you like each other, but you don't really vibe with one another. Like, we cool people, he cool people. I ain't mad at him. He's a good guy. But also, because he is not, well, let's not get into that, because that's not, my channel is about me telling my story. And I'm not a medical professional, and I'm not a psychologist. I can only figure out me. What I say about him and where it comes medically and mentally, professionally. Ugh. We just don't need to get into that, because I'm stuttering now, and obviously it ain't for me to speak on that. It's only for me to speak on when life begins to happen. No one thing happened. We survived some dark storms. It wasn't easy, and we still, like, I would force him to go to, I'm going to have to, okay, just keep talking, because we can edit this, Marcella. Remember, right now they're not really sitting in front of you. Okay, girl? They are and they aren't. That's why you can just be easy, be comfortable, because you're in your room chilling. Drink your tea and tell your story. What are you saying, Marcella? I'm saying you never really know what someone has gone through until you talk to them and really get to know them and have, no, that's not what I'm trying to say either. Help me, Holy Spirit. Okay, so I talked about how when I met him, he was fresh out of the fresh out of the military. Fresh-ish, because by that time he already had his my daughter. She was 2 when I met him, so maybe 3 years he had just been freshish out of the military. moved to Dallas, broke up with her mom, and shortly thereafter, and I do mean shortly, he and I met. Now, where I was in my life at the time that I met him, I didn't have any kids, but I was a rebellious young lady that, well, I mean, people, tomato. Somebody might say rebellious. I say free thinker and trailblazer, because I never subscribed to do with what everybody else chose to do, like what's the norm and what's accepted. I wanted to be a hip hop artist, and so my dad always drilled in, you gonna work or you gonna go to school, but you ain't gonna live here for free. And I knew I was already working, because I just wanted my own money. I didn't want to have to ask for it. So I had been working since 14, doing teenage jobs, grocery store, movie theater, retail. But I tried school, and school really wasn't for me. So I was a wanderer. That's a better word. Not rebellious. I was a wanderer and a free thinker, and I still am. Wander, not wonder. Wonder? Wanderer? Maybe a little bit of both. Because they have different definitions. And so, but I didn't know what to do with that at the time. So maybe that's why some could call it rebellious too, because let's say I was a prodigal, because I decided to go out and live life sooner than I should have, as the story goes. And I squandered my time. In the story, he squandered his wealth and ended up having to be around the pigs and the slop. I wasn't hanging around the best of company where they weren't pigs in the slop. I wouldn't say that. But yeah. And so I lived a little. And that's when I found him. Or that's when we found each other. That's when we met each other. When he had just broken up with baby mom. And I'm outside doing my 19-year-old self thing, whatever I thought that was at the time. Had my own place. And yeah. So at first it was fun when we first met. It was fun because he was happy to be away from baby mom. And I just was outside doing me, and here comes somebody showing me some attention that, not that it, because I'm used to getting attention, but the attention he gave me made me out. He made me interested because he, like I said, he's good people. He come from good people. So it was his countryness. That's really what it was. He from Alabama, and that's real Southern hospitality when you come across it. I'm in Texas, and it don't quite resonate with me here. I'm a native Texan, and we're a different kind of Southern, and it ain't hospitable, I don't feel like. And anyway, that's my opinion. This is my channel, and so that's my business. So yeah, because I was wandering, he made me feel a little like comfort and stability at the time. So at first it was fun. We were enjoying each other. We didn't have any kids. We were doing our single. We moved in together. And we would argue over silly shit in the beginning, like dishes and yeah. But immediately we would argue. I should have saw the signs then. But 3 years into it? Oh my, 14 minutes? I need to go work out. I'm trying to get to, what's the whole point of this video? this whole point of this video, I started out saying that I don't look like what I'm going through. Or went through, because I ain't going through. I done came out on the other side, honey, and do not smell like smoke. The scars that I have are not visible to the human eye, and also them scars have healed more than once over because I'm doing the work. So they have tissue have built up around it, and one never knows how much you've gone through until you get to sharing. And so because I have a whole lot to say, obviously there's so many different stories I could share, that they all come rushing back at once, and I want to tell a little bit of everything at once, but I can't. So I'm gonna get more into the meat of the meat and the fat of it all in the forthcoming videos after this one. But the point of this video is to say, be kind, be gentle, don't assume. Even if you know a little bit about a person, that you never make assumptions, even if that person is your family member, because a person wearing a smile with a good energy and a positive attitude don't necessarily mean they don't go through anything or haven't gone through anything. They have just learned to turn their pain into power. We have learned to alchemize, and it seemed like magic, and we can expecto patronum. That's a Harry Potter reference for you muggles out there that don't know, and for all my witches, wizards, and warlocks. Expecto patronum. And anyway, I'm probably not even saying that right. Anyway, I play too much. Yeah, work your magic. It might seem like magic, and kind of we are magical because we possess, and when I say we, I mean anybody that has chosen to use their God-given gifts to heal yourself. And if that looks like a lot of different things, but what you come in contact with, when we come in contact with people in our day-to-day lives, just be kind. Just be nice to people. The world needs more love, more kindness. It's enough hate and haters and anger and negativity out there on its own. The world, what we need now is to raise the vibration and the frequency of wherever we are in our area. And it does not hurt to be kind. And if you can't be kind, be quiet. Do what your mama and them told you. You don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And if ain't nobody ever told you that, I'm here to tell you. Let your auntie let you know. Don't do that. Just shh. And if you're scared, go to church. It's not a bad place to be. Church is many things, but also it's not a bad place to go. There's worse places you could go. I know people have today's with people with Drewski doing his skits, but he wouldn't have that material, be able to have that material if there weren't some truth in that. So, but also, the devil is everywhere. You gonna stop going to other places too because foul stuff be going on, or demon, or it's It's good and bad and light and dark in everything and in everybody. So at the end of the day, might as well, especially if you're scared, at least you'll feel a little bit better being in the building until you get to a place to where you realize God has already gifted you everything that you need. Everything that you need, you already possess. And I know I'm not the only one. Somebody gonna listen to one of these videos, and I'm gonna touch somebody, and it'll be like, my people, my people. Anyway, welcome to Seller Single in the City, because I'm at 20 minutes and 40. It was 2040 when I said that. Confessions of a Coiffure. It's so much I want to say. It's probably why I pause and stutter, because it's so much I want to confess, and I'm trying to confess it all at one time, and I can't. There's no way. There's too many stories to tell. And if it sounds like I don't want to, it's when it all comes rushing back. And yeah, we're going to get into all of that. I'm finally at a place where I'm running out of older videos to post, so I need to start posting again or recording again. So all the videos that I've posted thus far have been videos that I had already recorded and just never posted, or was serious about posting consistently. So, but I'm here now. I'm doing the doggone thing. I've gotten more comfortable. I'm a month in now. And so now it's time to record what we really came here for. Let's get into it and get to discussing some of the ugly details. Oh yeah, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent, because you can't help unless you let somebody know what you've been through so they can identify. And that's the best teacher. Somebody that done been through something that you've experienced and how they made it over. And that's what I believe, and that's what I'm here to do. And hope in the hopes that the intentionality of this channel is to help somebody. I don't care if I get 2 views on Tuesday and 50 views on Friday, or if I never get 50 million views on Friday. Long as I can help the one. And I said I'm in Texas. I just heard myself at the end there, how all that South just came out of my mouth. So listen slowly or closely when partaking in these videos, because it can come out. Anyway, cheers to Seller Single in the City. Confessions of a Coiffure. Thank you for viewing. Welcome back if you viewed before. And I'll talk to y'all soon, and we'll share some more. Ta-ta for now.